I've made you some square sausages, Jake.
Whoopee!
It wasn't easy. And Georgia, as requested, leek and broccoli casserole. Or as I prefer to call it, leek and broccoli surprise.
What's the surprise?
That anyone bothered to create a recipe of such mind-numbing dullness.
Vanda gave it to me. She created it herself.
All is explained.
I'm vegetarian, but I can eat sausages.
Obviously, by the time they got to the third child, they ran out of brain cells.
You don't know everything.
Compared to you, I do.
I know that a vegetarian is someone who eats vegetables.
And no meat.
I only eat meat when I'm hungry.
Yes, it is a moron.
Georgia, would you lay the table, please?
When you get your brace, you won't need a knife and fork. You can tear your food apart with your fangs.
She is not getting a brace.
She is. I heard her talking to Miss Huey today after school. She said she'd changed her mind.
Has she? So, after all I said, after all you said, you have decided to have a brace. What made you change your mind?
An intelligent opinion.
Oh, thank you.
Vanda said it was wise.
And what does she know?
It's not for vanity.
Oh, heaven forbid.
But whether we like it or not, environmentalists and activists are judged by the media on their appearance.
Are they?
So I have to look pleasing and non-controversial. It's common sense.
And Vanda Huey knows about common sense. Since when?
It's important that nothing should distract from the message.
What message?
Whatever message I need to get across in the future as a spokesperson.
For what?
I don't know yet, but whatever is causing concern in the environment at the time.
You mean you are going to have your teeth straightened in case in the distant future you have to appear on television to spout on about some balmy cause or other?
I think of it as investing in the future of the planet. And so does Vanda.
Right, well then we better get you on the waiting list.
Oh no, that takes ages. Vanda says I should have it done privately. Her dentist says it very reasonably. She's made an appointment for me tomorrow.
I need a drink. Jake, supper's ready.
Oh, I could do one of those.
Seems to be empty.
You're going to have a serious liver.
Cirrhosis. You mean cirrhosis of the liver?
It's from drinking too much.
Well, supposing we were, supposing you thought we were, how would you stop it?
I'd pour it all away.
Don't exaggerate, it's not that frightening.
It's not as scary as a dinosaur, but it's much more scary than a shark.
I hope you're not laughing at George's brace.
Why? She's coming to get us.
No, she's opening a tin of beans. With her teeth.
I'll get it. Vanda said she'll come round to see my brace.
Oh, goody, I'll dig up some dandelions and we can have a pot of tea.
Oh.
Hello. I came to see Tom. Thought we might have a bite. Lunch together.
Tom's not here today.
Oh, shame. I've bought all these ham and tooth tongue sandwiches.
Meat is murder.
You didn't say, can you take a message? Ah!
Supper's ready.
I'm not hungry.
You must be. When I was your age, I was hungry all the time.
Well, I'm not.
And I happen to know that your grandmother has made your favourite meal, chili con spam. Oh, I met your school teacher in the street today. What was his name? Stevens. Yeah, he said you were behaving very well this term. No more fighting. You've quietened down, apparently. Very nice to have in class, he said.
I'm not nice.
Of course you are. Well, no, sometimes you're not, but... What's this?
You know what it is.
Well, how did it get into this state?
Broke.
Broke?
I broke it.
Why didn't you say you'd broken it? What do you do, stand on it?
I broke it on purpose.
Philip, this is a valuable instrument. OK, so you don't want to play it anymore, but we could have sold it. We need the money, you know. We can't just smash things up just because we've gone off them.
Dad said I didn't practice.
Well, there's no reason to take it out on a saxophone.
I said I hated it, and I didn't want to practice. He said I had to carry on practicing, because I was good at music, like he was. I said I didn't want to be like he was. I wanted to be rich. And he said I was talking rubbish and I sounded like you. Then Mum came and said that I mustn't upset him and that music was a wonderful gift. And I said if it was a gift I was going to return it and get my money back. He said, stop making stupid jokes. But I said I like jokes, and so did Jason's parents, and I was going to live with them. And he said, come back this minute. And Mum said, don't you dare go. But I slammed the door, and I went. And then they went out in the car.
And never came back.
It's all my fault. They were cross when they went out. It's my fault they crashed the car. It's my fault they're dead.
Listen, Philip, it's not your fault. The car went out of control. It was just a loss of concentration.
Because he was cross.
No, he didn't know the road very well. It was a wet night. And the car wasn't roadworthy. Brake linings were all right through.
Were they? I've never heard that before.
Well, no, people wouldn't have talked about it because they thought it might upset you.
They crashed because there was something wrong with the car.
Yes, he went to put the brake on and nothing happened.
Is that true?
So you're not to blame. Not your fault.
I thought you were never coming to bed.
I was thinking.
You mean you fell asleep in front of Newsnight?
No. I lied to Philip today.
You didn't tell him you understood his maths homework. It's got you into trouble before.
I told him that Graham's car was unsafe when they crashed.
It wasn't, was it?
Not as far as I know. Apparently, he had an argument with them that night before they drove off, and he said they were cross, and he feels the accident was all his fault.
So you told him the car was dangerous?
I honestly don't think he could have lived with the guilt if I hadn't.
I'm very proud of you, you know.
What, for lying?
For having thought of that. I would have probably just waffled on. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Well, it wasn't easy. Philip's got the kind of face you simply can't lie to. I don't know if you believe me.
I think he did believe you. He had his first decent meal in ages.
You see, he's been carrying that guilt since it happened. He might have carried it for years if I hadn't found that broken saxophone.
He's broken his saxophone?
Yeah, he smashed it up.
Why?
Well, the argument was about the fact that he wasn't practicing the saxophone.
Oh, I see.
It's a symbol, I suppose.
Quite an expensive symbol.
Yes.
How expensive?
Oh, I'm not absolutely sure.
Enough for a day trip to Paris with a decent lunch? Maybe hotel in Montmartre overnight?
Possibly.
Or a year subscription to the gym?
Could be.
We could have sold that saxophone. I could have bought some decent underwear.
Well, you can't now. It's broken.
Was it insured?
Oh, I shouldn't think so.
It might be covered by our house and contents insurance policy. What do you think?
I don't know. Where are you going?
To check the policy.